Welcome back to another episode of the OG Podcast. We got a spicy burrito up here for you. Zach was over here sweating. We got Brennan probably licking his lips for some reason, and we got Ethan as well.
What am I doing?
I don't know. I couldn't think of a joke.
So always when it comes to me, so you can't come up with a joke because I'm just too unjokeable.
We got Ethan wearing the same beanie for the
There we go.
Dude, it's because I don't want to do my hair every time I go to this stupid podcast.
Whoa, the podcast's stupid now? Okay.
I mean, I love it. I'm at house. I don't know. Whatever.
I told you to stay far away from him, bro.
Oh, my bad. Is that good right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Brennan, take it away. All right, you took too long. Nick, take it away.
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's what
I'll
take it away
start off
means.
with my first kind of story. I watched The Martian. As you guys know, I told you guys I had a project on it. It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It has Matt Damon in it. He gets stuck on Mars and he has to survive, basically. But I was thinking about that and like that isolation, and I was trying to figure out how I could ask a question on the podcast because I was like, oh, which one of us would survive on Mars? I didn't think that was that cool, or what would we do if we were on Mars? So I just thought a situation where we're stranded, like an island or something.
Okay.
And I think we already know the answer to this question. But
Brennan.
That's always the answer.
We run out of food. Who are we eating first?
Ooh, I'll definitely.
Brennan.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
I would provide the most meat.
No, you gotta think.
So yeah.
So what's on this island? Is it literally just desert? Or just
I just
sand?
think of kind of like a tropical desert island, maybe a tree.
Would we have to eat somebody, or would we
Yes.
be doing
This to the point where we have to sacrifice someone to eat them.
Well, if the situation truly is hopeless, then obviously we're going to start with Brennan because he's the biggest.
Okay, but so we have to think.
But he's also, to give Brennan some credit, he's probably the one that's probably the most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I was thinking we want to go for Brennan, but
I would say either no offense to Ethan.
You wouldn't get much out of him.
We wouldn't get anything out of him.
He's the skinniest one.
But if it came down to having to fight like animals and stuff,
It's a dessert.
Ethan would be the one that wouldn't be able to defend himself the most, I think.
No, as long as you got a big stick, that's all you need.
Oh yeah.
And I let me tell you, I know how to get. I know my way around a big stick. Right?
It's kind of gay, or yeah, that could have been either.
No, definitely not. That was straightforward.
Yeah, straight.
No other way you could take it.
Yeah.
I just know my way around a big stick.
Okay, I'm gonna take that the way that I want to take that.
See, and then Zach's the most.
Oh my.
Zach is the most he won't give up. So he's their best chance.
Yeah, I think
actually
Zach
getting off the island.
Zach's no matter what. Zach, we don't eat Zach.
I just think you're right that I would be the most useless, but I'd also be the least. You'd get the least
meat. Yeah.
So it's I'm just useless.
So if I'm the most useful and I give the most meat, Ethan's the least useful and gives the least meat.
So you
So
find
that's kind of
there are two equations. You find where the most optimal. You find where they're both.
So Nick.
Highest. Yeah, in short,
I'm probably the best. Let's go.
Yeah, in short, Nick, you're the most optimal.
You're the most optimal person to eat.
We also have to put in the factor. Brennan's probably the one who wants to go the most.
That's true. I'd be
volunteer. No, just eat me.
Just go me. Wait, okay. You gotta also think though. By the time we have to eat somebody else, that means we're probably starving already. Yeah. So I probably won't have as much meat at that point.
I'd be dead then.
Dude, he would take forever to eat it anyways. He would probably spoil before he could eat it all.
That's true, yeah, that's true. You have to get rid of Brennan because he wouldn't finish his share, so. He's his freaking tiny esophagus. Have you ever actually choked because of your quote-unquote tiny esophagus?
Oh, dude, I choke no,
you Dude, I choke.
You put yourself in these situations.
Wait, no, I didn't even hesitate on that one. I did not hesitate on that one. As soon as I said, dude, I choke, you guys just started laughing.
Dude, I choke. And then you stop.
No, you guys started laughing, so I had to stop.
Brian, I just, have you ever had, you legit, we're gonna die because... Brennan claims, and, if you see him eat, you know, I lost my sentence just fell out of my mouth and my brain wasn't. The point is Brennan thinks he has a small esophagus apparently because he eats hella slow. Like he can't eat like more than the tiniest bite. Like I'm pretty sure as a child, like as a newborn baby, I ate faster than Brennan did.
Probably. I eat so slow. And everybody always gets mad at me because I'm the last one at the dinner table when everyone's been ready to go for like 30 minutes at a restaurant. I'm still eating, and my parents get always mad at me. But yeah, I have a small esophagus.
But like, have you actually like choked like to where like someone has like do the Heimlich on you? Or
oh yeah, my dad's had to, and that hurts, dude.
Did you like break your ribs or something?
Dude, when my dad has to come up behind me and like give me like either the Heimlich or I hate you guys. But when he has to give me one of those pats on the back to try to make me spit it out.
You know that's like the worst. Like that's like what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, but he's done it before, and
I'm sure the sheer force of him slapping you in the back.
It felt like my back broke.
He's the kind of guy that when you give him a handshake, like he just tries to break your hand.
Yeah.
Like because he knows like it's like he thinks it's funny, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's not funny for me, all right? Okay, if my hands are like you look at my hands and you can like see the bones. See, like you can see my freaking skin.
Yeah, we can't eat that, man.
That's
exactly.
True.
My hand would literally be useless. So you can't even use as much as my body.
It might have to be me.
Brennan has some metal in his hand. So.
That's true.
That's true.
That takes out some of the meat.
Oh, man.
Maybe my meat is tainted.
Tainted?
Tainted meat?
By what?
The metal.
How would it be
poison?
tainted?
Yeah.
Oh. No. Well, you have iron in your body, so.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not gonna.
So in short, I am the one that you guys should
Brennan,
eat.
that doesn't even make sense because it has to be like a type of metal that wouldn't.
I know. I was
the
kidding.
inside of your body because they put it inside your body.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding.
You know, Brennan. Sometimes you say stupid things and like it just doesn't sound like. Whatever. We've talked plenty about how stupid Brennan is. Okay. So Nick, we're eating Nick.
We're eating Nick.
All right.
Zach?
Tomorrow, today.
I mean, I can't say I'm not prepared.
You're
He knows now if it ever happens. Nick's gonna be hiding.
You're always prepared to be eaten.
Yeah, by Brennan.
Why me?
Okay.
There we go.
Let's not.
Okay,
I don't want to think about that anymore. Okay. So I have some podcast topics that I wrote down during the week because last time we were freaking
Struggling.
We were drowning. So I'm just gonna read them off because I don't have that many, and you just tell me what you think.
The first.
For some reason, the way I wrote these down were just really weird. So first one I put, I talk too much. It would be kind of ironic to talk about how I talk too much. So
yeah.
I don't know. And then the next one I wrote was best villains. You know, it's pretty simple.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Then I wrote, do you jump over the car? Then I put, what the fuck happened to Trix Yogurt? and then I wrote, movie that you love that everybody else hates.
Okay, so I say best villains and then Trix Yogurt. Because I've thought about that too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, now I'm more interested in the Trix Yogurt.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, if you didn't know, anybody who didn't have a childhood or is like too young somehow, for some reason, you know what Trix is? It's the cereal, duh. But they used to have yogurt, and this thing was like literally like candy. Like you know, there's other yogurts like whatever, but this is like literally like you're putting like it's like sherbet in yogurt form. It was so like sweet and like.
Man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know because it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
So me and some of the coworkers on our breaks. We go to the yogurt aisle every single day, and then we get a different kind of yogurt and we eat it. And then every once in a while, one of my coworkers will bring up Trix and be like, "What the heck happened to the Trix yogurt?" Because they said it was their favorite when they were growing up. Mm-hmm. And then we started like looking for stuff around the store, and the only thing that's left is the Trix yogurt. And if you've ever seen the new Trix yogurt, I mean not the Trix yogurt, the Trix cereal, it's like colorless, or it's not colorless, but they took out because it was so sugary and sweet that they had
a
to.
Healthier version.
Yeah.
Because the artificial coloring was like bad for you or something.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So because of that, I looked it up. They had to change the yogurt too, because they had to make that healthier too. And when they made it, when they tried to make it healthier, it tasted like absolute shit. So they stopped selling it.
Like it was like on its own tier of yogurt because it tasted so good. Like yogurt is good, yogurt's fine.
Yes.
I don't really eat yogurt anymore, but like that shit, dude, like oh my, like I'd be like sticking my finger in there, like getting everything.
Jeez.
Putting my tongue just
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. This episode, man.
I just looked up and was just like, "What did you just do?"
Yeah, so that's what happened.
Building up like a kind of like a reel of just Ethan's gestures that just.
I sometimes I don't think about it, but that last thing that I definitely was like, all right,
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
I'm going in for it. This is
Just
the
like you went
problem.
on that yogurt cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the problem when we're with having a podcast full of 19-year-old boys who still have juvenile humor.
Yeah.
I wish I was still 19.
Yeah. No. You're...
I'm 6 months away from 21.
And you act like you're 12.
Ha ha ha.
We go back and forth now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brennan, do you have anything?
I honestly don't.
Okay.
Brennan, you
Did not come prepared.
Anything.
Did not come prepared.
Okay. I'll go with my funnier story. So this is really weird. It happened at work, and it just like brought me back to very, very specific time. So, and I want to be careful because I want this to be good, and it's going to be especially good for Ethan. So,
oh God.
So these kids so back in the day we used to have a YouTube channel, okay, and it was filled of great, amazing things that just make you want to die. Well, make me want to die. And so these kids at the store, they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, you work here?" Which is weird. They always ask me, like, "Do I work
here?"
Yeah, I work here.
I have a name
wearing
tag, bro.
a name tag. I have the outfit, everything. Anyways, and they're like, "What is the hottest stuff you guys have? Do you guys know the hottest stuff you have?"
You knew exactly.
And
what
I was
it
like,
dude.
"Oh yeah." So,
Dude, that brought
yeah. So we, at our YouTube channel, we thought it was a smart idea to do a hot food challenge, and this is the store in the middle of our town. We have one store, and we bought the stuff from that store that I now work at. So it was funny because I was just like, oh yeah. So then I like took them. I was like, yeah, and I brought them to that section.
That's one section, just where
yeah. It's like
hot shit is, yeah.
And I was like, there's some chilies here. And then I don't think they ended up buying anything I said. They just like bought some hot chips or whatever. But it just like brought me back to a very specific time, not when we made the video.
Okay.
It was when one time. Sorry, it took me a while to like realize what you said.
Zach's one-liners, man, they're just they're so good.
Anyways, it took me back to a time where I was sitting down watching the old YouTube videos, and Ethan was next to me, and we were watching the videos, and of course Ethan, just laughing away at old chubby Nick, but there was this part where Ethan literally could not contain himself. Like, he had to walk out of the room. For some reason, at the end of that challenge, we decided to jump in the pool.
Oh my God.
We decided to jump in the pool. And Ethan and I was also in the pool.
Is that video still up?
Yes, it is.
Devil's Butthole Challenge at
No,
Idiot
it's
Playground.
Satan's
Satan's Butthole Challenge.
Yeah, we were in what? It was like it was probably like when I was a freshman and you were like in 8th grade, like that summer going into it or whatever.
Dude,
Holy
the chubby
crap,
kid in
dude.
the pool. I like made this weird noise. Dude, it just sent Ethan over the edge.
Dude, we like
It's
know how to
so bad,
properly-
dude.
like you'd have to check it out if you want to dive into it. If you want to see us at our, work.
Yeah.
Because we were
Yeah.
kids, we just like we want to do YouTube. There's some stuff on there that I'm like I think is still cool especially for how young we were. Just some cool like editing that Nick has. Like Nick's a really good editor.
Thanks, man.
And like cool. We had some weird, interesting skits, but
Yeah.
I think we just had the like I remember in that video like my hair like was so crazy. Like I had just woken up like because like we had swam competitively during the summer, and so like that chlorine just destroys your hair. So my hair's just all wacky.
Yeah.
We have Nick, and then we have I don't remember if Zach was in the. No, you weren't.
No,
Luckily you were able to avoid that. And then we had our friend Caleb, that was in it, and we were just chowing. Like we had hot Cheetos, and we had like this Portuguese like chili sauce or something.
That's the one I told them.
Yeah,
That's the one I told them.
that stuff was god awful.
It wasn't even like hot.
It was like cold. Like you put it in your mouth and it was like cold. Like it was really cold because
yeah.
I think I don't know if that one was refrigerated or not, but like it was like cold going in, and then it was just then you get the heat comes in.
Yeah.
It's freaking chili pepper sauce, and then like literally like a minute into the video, we all just hit this wall. We're like, this was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Like we're all just like eating, and like we looked gross and disgusting. Like me in particular, and then one of us finished, or one of us like felt like, okay, if we can eat this many or whatever, then we're done. Then we jump in the pool, and man, I mean, I think we talked about it before, like Nick's transformations, dude. Like if you want to see the before, dude, holy crap, dude, it's. Like,
Come on.
Nick is he's not even the same person anymore. It's not even.
What do you mean?
You're not at all. It's a completely new person.
Oh my gosh, those are some good times. Good times.
Yeah.
It's like I'm embarrassed by it, but I'm also like, oh, gotta wear it on my chest. Can't really do anything about it. True. Luckily, Brennan was able to take down his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to take down my embarrassing video.
Brennan and his sister tried to jump on our hype train and make their own video, and there's just was.
Gotta say though, that first video got like we had like in the thousands of views because
how many times we rewatched
people
it?
just kept rewatching it. It was amazing.
I'm Kiki and I'm Bubba, and this is awesome.
Maybe when we get Moreno on one day, we'll recreate it. That'll be our intro.
Awesome Avenue. Like, what was going through your brain? Like,
I don't know.
Like, Idiot Playground's a pretty stupid name, but like, Awesome Avenue.
I thought that was pretty cool. Idiot Playground.
Yeah, I like Idiot
it's
Playground.
very fitting for what we did. Like, I think it was
Yeah.
perfect name for our content. But like, when I actually slapped my name on or slapped that on like something I don't know. I came up with the name because I was like, we're idiots, and this is just like our playground. Like that was my logic. And I was like, it sounded so good. But I was also a freshman. We ended up making.
Hey, I still think that logic is good. I feel like that was a good name.
Idiot Playground Podcast?
No, no, stop.
Dude, we gotta have Caleb on too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
One day.
gotta have the idiot.
Oh yeah.
He's the face of that channel, dude. I
It's
love
true.
Wild Man Joey is the best character we ever
Yeah.
created. 100%.
Yeah.
One day you'll see the movie in theaters. The Wild Man Joey.
Really, implore you, check out a Wild Man Joey video. Those are my favorites. Those are good.
Yep.
Some good shit. Okay, Zach, you got anything? Anything interesting?
No.
Why is your life so
You can't put
boring?
your mic like that
Why?
because it's not gonna pick it up. It picks up from the front.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It looks better the other way too. Just
It does.
It does.
you know, done adjusting yourself or what?
I have nothing to
Okay.
say, so you guys can move on.
No, yeah, you guys just have the most boring
Yeah.
lives. So it's like we are. I mean, not that my lives are exciting, but at least I'm coming to the table, guys. Come on.
That's true.
All right. You said you want to talk about.
To be fair, I think I'm the one who gave you the best villains idea because I was talking about it the other day with you.
I was talking on Discord about it.
Oh well, I did talk about this the other day with you. This specific topic because I was talking.
Who were you talking about then? I don't remember this conversation at all.
I was talking about this podcast that I found, Friends from Work podcast, and they did a whole episode about that, and I was talking to you about it.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, but anyway,
You're talking
continue.
about best film, dude.
But anyway, continue.
Anyway, I'm just curious, like, what you guys think, like, what makes a good villain? Because I was talking to somebody about this, and they were like, the best villains are the ones that like, they either think they're right, or they think like, or they have like some sort of sympathetic, like, backstory, or like you can like sympathize with them. But honestly, like, there are some villains that I love that are just pure evil. Like that's it. Like they're just like it's just that they're just like Darth Vader. Like is one of the best villains of all time. And like if you just look at the original trilogy, he doesn't actually like have anything. Like he's just like an evil. Like he's just the right hand man to like the evil dictator. Like He doesn't really have anything about, besides him being Luke's father. Spoiler alert.
Whoa. Oh, man.
Too soon.
Like, oh, that's cool. Like, they has a tie to the hero, but like, and like, obviously, Star Wars would not be the same without Darth Vader.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I love Darth Vader, but like, I wouldn't really call him like sympathetic. Like, when you look at
No, not at all.
Thanos, like he's like he thinks he's right, and like he has like this reason. Like,
Yeah.
he's not doing it just because he wants to kill half the universe. He's like, no, like I'm trying to save the other half. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're wasting all our resources. I'm like, you know, you can think that's stupid, but it's like at least it's like a reason. It's not just like him being. And there are some evil villains that are just like, dude, like it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you evil? Like, it's like that's not interesting. I get like just being evil is not as interesting.
What? Voldemort. Somebody stole his nose.
Oh my god, dude, that I can't remember what the guy Ralph Fiennes or something. I probably butchered his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name. The guy who plays Voldemort. Like, yeah, he plays Voldemort like great. Whatever, those movies are great. But like, the funniest, like, there's a video if you just look up like Voldemort noises or something. He just makes like bizarre like. Like he talks so like when he's talking it's normal, but then he like when he screams or he laughs like
Reminds me of Mr. Crocker.
yeah, dude, that laugh in particular, that's Mr. Crocker right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, I feel like a villain is super good too. When before, like, twist villains sometimes are like that can be very like it's either really good or they're really shitty, and you just like you could have just pointed them out of the
how good the twist is.
Exactly. So people like see if you were a comic book fan, you knew Mysterio was going to be a villain. You knew it.
Yeah.
But in the movie, you still grow to like him, like just like even if he was just a hero, like he is portrayed to be.
I think they did a good job in that, like in Far From Home specifically. Like to make you like even like people who knew like, oh, it's Mysterio, like I know who Mysterio is. Like you kind of like made you doubt yourself, like is he the good guy? Like like could they be doing a new thing? But like, you know, to me like I was pretty confident like he's gonna be the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way that these giant like water monsters or whatever are gonna be the villain. Like that's just not that interesting. But like they definitely did it. Like they definitely did Mysterio so good. They took like this weird, like bizarre, but like Mysterio's like a clown. Like he's not that serious of a villain.
Yeah.
No.
At least I don't know. I'm not like comic book like literate, but like in general he's a pretty goofy like concept. He's just like illusions and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like in this movie, like they make him like a real person, like a real villain. Like it's really good. Like that was a really good villain. I definitely like villains that are like human, like more human, and like Vulture in Homecoming is such a good villain because he's just like, I'm a normal dude who got screwed over. Like I'm just kind of like taking out my revenge basically. I'm trying to make my money to support my family. Like that was a great like take on the Vulture in my opinion. Besides just the old guy with wings, you know. Like, that's who Vulture was before. But I mean, like really, like and I think if I really sat down and thought about it, like those are probably like the best villains. Like the best villains that there are probably villains that are like that. But I think there's a lot of good villains that just make you like, they either make you uncomfortable or they make you like tense up or like they make you want to like shit your pants basically. Like, they're so scary. Like I you know like or they're just I don't know iconic. Like they really hate the hero or something like Venom.
Yeah.
Like I love Venom, even though he's really not that interesting of a villain, but he's just so. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for him.
Bro.
But like I just
Bro.
love Venom. You know?
Lotso from Toy Story 3.
That was not only like a twist villain. Like they kind of like revealed the twist pretty early, but like he like also makes you like.
He makes you hate him, like
hate him?
with everything.
And like he like has so much power over the little daycare that you're just kind of like how the fuck are they gonna get out of this?
And I think them making that baby, like
oh god,
under his role also was just
no,
like
the
man,
fucking
he's
monkey dude. The
my
monkey
God.
was so scary.
the
dude.
camera monkey. Oh
I was
my!
actually scared of that thing, dude. Like it like
Nightmare
screams at you and it's like its bulging eyes are like darting around the screen. You're like, holy crap, dude, this is like I'll never look at freaking monkeys the same, dude.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a favorite villain from like a movie that's just like
Yes. Mine is the human version of Lotso, Wilson Fisk.
Oh my god.
Especially from
I
the
love
Netflix
Wilson
series.
Fisk, dude.
shows up in 2 seasons, and he is so good, so intimidating. Like he's the kingpin. Like there's no way you can stop him.
You can't beat he literally when you think you're about to win.
Yeah,
he's bribed somebody. He's convinced somebody. He's taken somebody out. Like holy crap!
The third season does so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's giving me goosebumps right now.
There's a particular moment in the third
good.
season. Is it the third season and the first season? I don't want to spoil everything, but there's one moment where you're just the heroes are all like, "Are you kidding me? Like we were this close." Yeah. And then oh god, I just don't want to be too specific, but I'm pretty sure it's a third season, and it's just you're so close, they're so close to winning, all they need is this one thing, and he just takes it from them it might be the first season. I kind of blend. I love the first and third season of Daredevil a lot. I honestly put them right next to each other. It's really hard for me to pick a better it's easier to say the first season's the best because the first a lot of people are more inclined to say the first season, but dude, the third season recaptures what made the first season so good.
He's the type of
No, go ahead.
He's the type of villain where you finish a fight, you're freaking all beat up, which Daredevil does a really good job at making him not that
OP.
OP. He almost loses every fight.
Exactly.
And it's very realistic in that sense. At the same time, it's still not realistic, but it's very realistic in that sense. And he's the type where you finish the fight, you're all beat up, actually about to die.
Yeah.
And then you get that phone call from that random phone in the dark room.
Yeah.
And it's just him.
He's it was me all along.
Yeah, you lost.
Yeah.
And it's just ooh, it's so good.
Yeah, he's I didn't really know much about him before Daredevil, and he was just big fat guy. That's all I knew him as, is just a big fat guy that was really strong for some reason. But man, that that series.
I was think about him from.
I already know what you're talking about. Freaking Into the Spider-Man.
Yeah, oh my dude, literal wall, bro. Dude is just a square block.
Why did they have to
that?
do that? So good.
It just you can't take him.
You can't.
Yeah.
His face is on his chest, his
Yeah.
head is
Yeah.
down here, and it's just so big. He's no neck. It just oh my god, it's so good.
Kind of reminds me of my dad.
What?
He does. Just the Wilson Fisk character, just the massive size. Yeah.
Dude, your dad is the biggest teddy.
Dude, he is. But I'm saying just the massive size of
if
Kingpin.
you're talking about
Reminds me of
actual
my
size.
dad.
Oh yeah, I think your dad
Yeah.
definitely makes him better. He's got the ball.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, Zach, what's your favorite villain?
I don't know. There's a lot of villains that I like. I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on one.
Just
but,
Say one, yeah.
But one that kind of reminds me of Kingpin, which is a really big twist on Kingpin, I guess. Adrian Chase from I believe season 5 of Arrow. He played
I was
Prometheus.
thinking too. I was
Played
thinking too.
Prometheus. I know everybody. I don't know if you got to season 5. I mean,
Yes.
How many seasons are there of that show?
there's 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's a CW show.
Is that
Yeah, it's a CW show. It dies out as you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked the show. But yeah, so he's not Kingpin where he has control of everything, but he's always one step ahead of Arrow.
Yeah.
And it seems hopeless for Oliver Queen. He can't beat this guy because this guy knows every single little thing about him and knows exactly what he's gonna do next.
Mhm.
So I don't know. He's just really cool. It's hard to explain. You just gotta watch.
It was one of those performances from an actor that's too good for that show.
Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
you're in the
That
CW.
Is-
deserves a bigger light. For sure.
is that the one where he's his lawyer or his?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then he flips it on him. Okay. So that's another twist villain there.
Yeah.
I like those the Flash and Arrow when they first came out. I was oh, these kind of look cool. I just never watched them because I didn't really have a place to watch them. It was either on TV, which it's so hard to watch shows as they come out on TV. I'm just
Yeah.
You don't want to wait. Most of the time when I watch stuff like that, it's I'm binging it. So then it's having to wait every week for a new one sucks so bad to me. I hate it.
The Reverse Flash is such a great villain too.
Yeah.
Is he
Well-
the first? Isn't he the first?
I think that's just because of the actor.
Yeah, and
True,
because
the
he, Reverse Flash, he takes Dr. Wells' look, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think the bond that he grew with Barry, as he became the Flash, and to have that twist too. I don't know. The twist is just
Yeah.
The best.
That twist is pretty
that's
good.
The thing is, there's another aspect. Is like there's a lot of villains that are so great because of the connection they have to the hero.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
build like this
Yeah.
personal. Like Wilson Fisk is great. Like you don't really see a lot of interactions like directly between Wilson Fisk and Daredevil. Like
Yeah.
they're never really like in the same scene together like
Yeah.
all the time. Like I think in the first season they really only interact until the very end. Like
Yeah.
they like he fights him in the alleyway or whatever.
Yeah. It's,
And then
it's the same thing with the third season.
oh yeah, no, yeah. But like he's still like taunting him the whole time, and like
Yeah.
he's like trying to figure out who he is 1st
Mhm.
and then like once he does, like he's just it's Fisk at every corner. Like
Yeah.
this guy's
It's like,
puppeted
that's
by
the name
Fisk.
you don't say.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah, and like just there's a lot of like that's why I think I like Venom so much is that he's. I mean, he also, kind of stole his design from Spider-Man. Like, it's kind of like the opposite of him. Like, he's bigger, he's beefier, he's black.
Yeah.
He's has the, like... He's black, Brendan, all right? He is black.
You pointed that out like it was just like it was the opposite though.
Red. I know, but, like, it's the villain. Like, oh, how would I make Spider-Man look like a villain? Make him black.
Yeah. No, that makes it sounds so bad though.
You can't even say, like, black is... You can't say black...
How do I make him evil? Make him black. Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
make the suit black. There we go.
There
Make
we go.
the suit black.
I obviously know that's not what you meant,
Make the
but
black
that was so
version of the
good.
suit.
Yeah.
Dude, is it just me? I don't know if this is a good idea to talk about, but like, I can't even like. I
Go.
say Mexican, and I feel like I'm gonna get like I'm offending somebody. I just say Mexican. I'm like, oh, I like Mexican food, or like, oh, I know a Mexican. It's like that just feels offensive now. Like, same thing with black. You say black in any context, and you just
Yeah,
have
it's
someone in
true.
the room that's just like, what? Like,
Yeah.
like, you could cut that out. I don't know, but like, I'm just saying, you can't say black anymore. And I don't know. And it's probably not even a thing. It just feels that way. See, I say make him black.
There's
That was
somebody.
just a good.
So good.
But on a serious note, there is someone out there who will hear that and automatically assume.
Yeah. It's just,
that's the racist
I'm like,
That's true.
thing.
I didn't, it's like, I wasn't even talking about.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can just cut out that specific clip, and then Ethan's just a menace to society for the rest of his life.
Yeah. I don't know.
How you make him evil? Just make him black.
I don't know, but yeah, there's like the Joker. The Joker's like considered, like a lot of people
Yeah.
consider him to be the best villain because he kind of has like the best of both worlds. Like, he's sympathetic. He kind of, well, I mean, at least the Joker movie definitely made him
Yeah.
sympathetic, but like in general, like he's evil for the sake of evil, but he's also like you could still see like what he's doing. He just thinks it's funny and kind of thing. But he also has that intrinsic link to Batman. Like,
Yeah.
he's just not just like, oh, I want to take over the world. He's like, I just want to cause chaos. Like, and he's always trying to get in Batman's head and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a super like crazy good bond. Like, you can't really have the Joker in like his current form by himself. Like the Joker movie, it wasn't about really the Joker character until like he wasn't really him until right when it ended. Like, he's like, oh, I'm the
Yeah.
Joker now. Now before it's like him getting there, which is why you could do that movie and make it work. But like, I don't know, Joker really wouldn't be that great of a villain without Batman. Whereas like Darth Vader, he's just like a cool villain who's like he's powerful and he's like he makes you like, oh, like how are they gonna beat this guy kind of thing. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
you could do that without Luke. You can do that without any specific character. That's I don't know. I like characters. I like villains. Villains are awesome. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the time villains are like way more interesting than the hero. Even though like I'll always like I love Spider-Man, but like and like they do a lot of cool things like with heroes and stuff and like how they struggle with being heroes and stuff and they do a lot of cool storylines. But like a lot of the time it's really hard for them to do that. Whereas I feel like a villain, it's really easy to like make them interesting. To make
I guess
them cool.
it depends because I feel like the majority of the like Phase 1 MCU villains are boring.
Oh no, yeah, most of the MCU villains are pretty bad.
I feel like they flipped that. They're like the thing they do with the heroes is amazing. They make you feel for the heroes and love the heroes right away, and then the villains were kind of just like they were kind of shit. Like I feel like no one liked Loki until maybe the
No.
The first movie?
No. Everybody
Yeah.
loved Loki as soon as he came out.
I don't know. I didn't really care for him all that much until the Avengers.
Isn't he? Am I
That's
dumb?
when he's introduced, right?
No, he's introduced
he
in Thor
might-
1.
He might be in
Oh.
Thor 1.
Yeah,
though.
he is the villain. He's like the main villain of Thor 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
That was
it's the ice giants, remember? But then in the very end, it's revealed that he's the one like conducting everything, and then he kills all the ice giants.
Thor 1 is
Spoiler.
Oh,
To be
whatever.
fair, to
Thor
be
1's
fair,
been out since-
I haven't seen Thor 1 in a while, but like I feel like I remember the most of the movie just being him like in that like New Mexico town
Yeah.
or whatever, and then
it was boring.
he's just like, oh, that like robot sentinel thing comes down,
Yeah, well, all that
shoots a laser at his face or something.
it was one of those things where it was Loki just being like behind the scenes conducting everything. Because then in the end, he's like, "See, I'm fit to rule," and then he kills everybody that he was like working with.
But like that, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're probably. I need to rewatch the movie to be fair, but like I don't think I ever remember people being like, "Oh, Loki sucks." 'Cause at least I bet you, even in Thor 1, he's probably like a charismatic like.
Oh no, yeah, I bet. I'm just saying, like they.
Or you just have like I love Doctor Strange, but like literally the villain, you don't see him till the end, and then his like one of the sorcerers just decides to be bad for some reason. He's like, I have Doctor Strange's powers, but I'm evil.
That's another thing with what's up with
like,
all these shows and like superhero movies that just the villain is just legit the exact opposite of the.
I think that's cool though.
I don't like that.
I like that.
Like the first like 5 seasons of the Flash, it's just different versions of the Flash. Is the villain?
Yeah, that's true.
It's
yeah, if
always-
you do it every
it's-
time, like it's but it's like
Yeah.
there's cool things like because a lot of times, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see like how Spider-Man deals with the Sandman. Like, how do I beat sand with
Yeah,
my
that's
powers?
sick.
How do I beat the Rhino with my powers? How do I beat blah blah? blah. Like when you have Venom like directly counters his powers.
Yeah.
And it's like, or if someone has the same powers, it's like, well, I can't use my powers against them. Like, it's kind of have to use my own wit and cleverness
Mhm.
because it's like they literally they know exactly what I'm going to do because they are me basically. So I like, and you obviously have to make the character good. Like it all comes down to like how interesting the character
Yeah.
is, but like, yeah.
Doctor Doom from Fantastic Four.
God, it's so bad that the Fantastic Four is like been shit every time. Like because the Doctor Doom is like one of the
bad. Okay.
I like the.
I have a lot of nostalgia for them.
Yeah, I kind of like the first one.
I think I've only seen the second. I don't even know if I've really seen
Silver
the
Surfer.
Yeah, which
The first one's better.
The first one's a lot better.
And I doubt. I mean, I'd probably like it if I just kind of like turn. I don't. I haven't seen those movies. I haven't even seen the new one, but I just know that they made a joke out of Doctor Doom, at least in the new one. I don't even know if he's in the other ones.
No, he is. He's the villain in the first one.
Okay, but it's like he's the coolest villain, like one of the coolest
Yeah.
villains ever.
Yeah.
And they mess him up.
And it's like you can't. Like when they screwed up Venom in Spider-Man 3, you're like, are you kidding me? Like you get to Spider-Man 3 and then you mess up the villain? Like,
Yeah.
gosh dang it, dude. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
And then you don't even get to Spider-Man 3 the next time.
Yeah.
It's okay. We made it this time though.
We think.
No, it's Christmas Day, isn't it?
I don't know if it's
The
Christmas
release?
Day, but
It's
definitely
in December.
Christmas, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I'm not like I know the movie Far From Home came out in 2019,
Yeah.
summer 2019.
Marvel's getting
Yeah.
stuff done.
They are.
Yeah, I
This
think.
movie's fast.
Well,
Except for Black Widow.
That movie. I
I'm so excited for that movie.
Really?
David Harbour, dude.
that's it.
I can't wait for him.
I don't know.
He's the Russian Captain America. Come on.
That movie's not good. I mean, Taskmaster's cool, but it hasn't really given me a reason to care about it. It's like it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna have any implications on the. I mean, you should always put your trust in the Marvel and MCU because like I didn't think WandaVision was gonna be great. Like I thought it would be cool and interesting, like it's its own thing, like the sitcom thing. Like that'd be cool. But they freaking not.
They're blown out of the water right now. Yeah.
Honestly, they could probably make. I mean, they made Guardians of the Galaxy one of the most popular like teams now. Like,
Yeah, no one really knew who they were beforehand.
Ant-Man, like, so like they can literally turn anything into gold. So I think I trust them, but like, I'm just not interested. So I'll have to. I mean, I'll probably watch it just because I want to watch a movie. Hopefully, it comes out in theaters and we can go to the theater again.
Oh, I wish.
Well, I guess while we're still on the movie topic, I'll bring up my last topic.
Oh, let's go.
Christian Bale is a he's insane.
National treasure.
Yes. So so American Psycho. He's absolutely shredded. Right. He's a good actor.
Oh my, yeah.
But he's absolutely shredded. Right.
Okay.
Like big shredded too. Muscle on. A lot of muscle. Have you ever seen The Machinist?
Oh, is that when he looks like he's about to die? Like he's
It's
that skinny?
4 years later and
he's like
he
hecka
is
small?
skinny. He lost 60 pounds.
Yeah, if this is the picture that I'm thinking of, he's skinnier than Joaquin Phoenix is in The Joker.
Yeah.
What the hell?
He was not supposed to get this skinny, but he was so dedicated to the role that he got
Oh my god.
to the point
That is disgusting.
dangerously skinny.
That is disgusting.
Dangerously
I feel like I remember reading something
This
about
is
him.
in 2004. Batman Begins was made in 2005.
Are you kidding?
No way.
Yes. Batman Begins was made in 2005. He gained 60 pounds in 1 year.
That's not possible. No, it's
How is that,
not
like-
possible.
I know.
How does
so,
that not
so a lot of
show
people are
somebody?
fighting over like roids or something, but like that is either way. I think that's insane. I think
60
like,
pounds?
That came out in 2005. He had to film in that year.
Dude, there's no way. There's no way.
Dude, Hollywood is filled with freaks. Like,
And I have more stats because that's not it. Like is just insane. So then like the next few years he lost some more weight for a role than the next Batman, and then there was a movie called The Fighter in 2010. He lost 30 pounds. Then went back to Batman again
dude,
in 2012.
there's no way
Then
he's
he
like healthy.
gained 43 pounds the next year for a role in American Hustle, where he's like fat.
This poor guy.
And then he lost it all back and was in The Big Short. He lost it all again and was in The Big Short.
Why would anybody sign up for
Yeah,
that?
poor guy. Like, can you guys give him a role where he just can just?
No money could be worth that, right?
I don't know.
To look at like that is
Yeah.
insane.
Like
That's bad.
I literally just watched American Psycho like a week ago.
Oh really?
And it is, first of all, he's freaking insane in
It's
that movie.
really good.
Like he's literally insane in the movie.
Yeah.
And then like great ending. And then but he just and he's freaking shredded. You're
Yeah.
like, what the like
Yeah.
okay, and he just that movie's great, and he's like he literally is a psycho in that movie.
Yeah.
You're like, what? The way he talks like is so like like I
Like
have my
he's-
It's so
martini.
fake, yeah, it's, like, purposely fake.
Like all like because it's like he's like a top dog at this business
Yeah.
company or this banking company or something. And like all of his his coworkers are the same way. They're all full of themselves and they're like, oh, I talk like this, and he can
Like fake
Christian
rich.
Bale can like contort his face to like have his like you know how, the actor for Pennywise can like do that weird thing with his
Yeah.
lip.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing, but like he can like curve his lips like to make it, and just has that like that smug like I want to slap you in the face
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
Because like that's the character he's playing, and it's just great movie. But geez, to go from that like shredded like in the
Yeah.
movie like there's like a scene where he's like doing like crunches at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And like
I've seen
so
that, yeah.
I'm like you're like to go to that
Yeah.
from that to freaking. I don't know. You should put the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have.
Yeah,
but,
no,
like, dude,
anorexic,
holy
and
crap.
then to Batman, he wasn't shredded, but he was big, muscular.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like that's
Bro, Holly.
The suit probably helped. Well, because like
no, he was shirtless.
Yeah, there's points
that's
where
right.
he's
You're right.
shirtless.
When he's
Yeah.
at when he's at like
literally
Rise Al
inhuman.
Ghul's thing or whatever.
Yeah. Here, I'll look up that one.
I
I feel like actors in Hollywood, there's got to be some sort of like workout regimen or something that they know, like that it's just like a known thing among actors, but like is illegal to like leak it out.
No,
Like-
that's not true. It's all going to the gym.
Not, dude, not 60 pounds worth in a year.
Yeah.
No,
That's how it works.
Oh yeah.
no,
you're
it's
right.
not.
Yeah.
Zach, do it then.
I could do
This
it.
next year, gain 60 pounds.
I
Look
can
at
do
that.
No, you can't.
Look at that, and it's not like it's like lean muscle
Yeah.
too. It's like
I do it. Zach,
There's the-
Zach is the kind of person that
there's
you
the
tell him
two.
like he can't do.
That's them
something.
compared in a year.
That's disgusting. That
Yeah.
is absolutely horrible.
Brennan, it's
Yeah.
called diet and get into the
No, not 60 pounds,
Every
dude.
day.
Not
Yes,
60 pounds,
yes,
dude.
that's all
Nope,
it is.
sorry.
do the
Yes.
Christian Bale challenge.
I'm telling you, that's
count
all
me
it
out.
is.
No, it's not, Zach. I'm
Yes, it
sorry.
is. Yes,
I don't
it
know,
is.
dude.
You
You
wouldn't
can,
know, Brennan.
you can. Okay, the way that he did it, like the way that he's able to go from ripped to that anorexic is crazy. But like losing weight, losing 60 pounds or gaining 60 pounds, that's not that hard to do. Like
Of
flat.
Of muscle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. I'm sure that it's
yeah.
not easy.
Like if I wanted to gain 60 pounds, just to gain 60 pounds, I could do that easy.
But the losing, like he had to starve himself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, yeah, that looks scary. Like that guy,
Yeah.
that looks like after he was done filming, like they
It's
had to
hard
rush him to the
do
hospital.
mental wise, but like it's physically like not if you think about it. If you just don't, you just cut out like 90% of your diet.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
You'll do it pretty fast, I'm sure. But like,
Yeah.
it must
Ugh.
suck absolute horse dick. But
Yeah.
it's,
Well, before
I-
American Psycho too, he was like bigger.
Yeah.
Like he was like Bren with more chub.
Oh, so I was gonna say thank you for adding that. I was like, wow, are you calling me
No, he was
fat?
like Brennan with more chub, and then he got shredded for American Psycho.
yeah, that's. I mean, to go from chub to shredded isn't as unbelievable to me because you have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that turn into muscle. I feel like not that I know how that works, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot harder to go back once you're that skinny.
Yeah. Well,
That's
for me,
pretty
it's the
insane.
time frame.
That too. That's
Just the year.
fucking stupid.
That's insane.
You said 4 years between American Psycho and
Yeah. 4 years.
I mean, 4 years is a long time.
Yeah.
But like, just like to prepare your whole gosh dang life, just so you can look like that. Like,
Yeah. I don't know if he did any movies in between then, but I just wrote those down because I know he was ripped in American Psycho.
That's insane. I don't know if we talked about this on the pod. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but you know the actress. I know I can't even pronounce her name because it's like Ming Na Wen. She plays. She's yeah, exactly right. I can't freaking pronounce
Yeah.
her name. She's in the Mandalorian. She's the assassin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's like 60 years old.
What? Really?
Yeah, and she looks like she's 20, 30 maybe.
Have
Like
you seen Rihanna? Jennifer Lopez?
Jennifer
they're very
Aniston?
insane too.
Jennifer
Like
Aniston?
Paul Rudd. Like
Yeah,
they're-
Paul
like,
Rudd's.
How are there that many people in
I
Hollywood?
don't know.
But like her in particular
That's
is insane.
That is insane.
She's literally 60,
That's
and
crazy.
she is looks like she's like 30 at the most.
Yeah.
I'm like that blew my mind. When
Yeah,
I
but then there's like people like the opposite, like Morgan Freeman, who looks like the dude's been 90 his entire life.
That's true.
That's very
Yeah.
true. I think it's just like he has always has a like tired look on his face.
Dude, it's constant.
Yeah.
And then
he
I
has
saw,
white. He has just straight white.
I watched like the first movie the dude like was in, and he's like 30, and dude looks just as old. Like the dude just
I watched him in
came out of the womb looking old.
like Olympus Has Fallen or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the Fallen
That's actually
movies.
pretty good.
It's no the most recent one that came out was really awesome. Russell
Mm-hmm.
Crowe and Morgan Freeman, really great actors. Even though friggin' I think Morgan Freeman's like a coma most of the movie that I'm talking about. But she looked freaking old in that one. Like,
Dude,
like he looks like he's about to fall apart.
he doesn't age, but it's like it's
Yeah.
because he's always been old.
Yeah, that's true. He's just because he has the voice of freaking Angel on the way there.
You got the gift there.
He's the god of narration.
God, I literally could listen. I could listen to that dude talk about anything.
There's like a
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's good too.
Yeah.
Him too.
He's kind of mesmerizing.
Doesn't he have like some sort of like documentary series or something?
Who? Well-
Cosmos, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Yeah, me neither. I'm pretty sure Morgan Freeman. There's a documentary that he voiced the entire thing too.
It's like some nature documentary.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't even care what the documentary is about. I'll listen to that thing just to go to sleep. Just
I know,
his
dude.
voice is just freaking mesmerizing.
Oops, sorry. Tap the mic when I said.
Earlier you were saying something about would you jump over the car?
Okay.
That's been in my mind.
It's that's how. Okay, so this is. I thought about this a lot. I'm like, let's say you're in the middle of the road, and like
Okay.
a car's coming at you. Like 100% you're gonna get hit by this car. There's nothing you can do. You can't jump out of the way. You're going to get hit. And like in movies and stuff, people will get hit by a car and they'll like roll over the top. And like when you see it, it doesn't look painful. Like it doesn't look like it is a movie. Like obviously
Yeah.
not getting hit by a car, but like you look at that and you're like, that looks painful, or that doesn't look painful. But then you think of like someone just getting hit by a car, just like straight on, and then like either flying or just like sticking with the car like to the front or something, like getting launched. Like you're like, oh yeah, that person's
Yeah.
seriously injured or dead. So I'm like, if you were in that situation, like, does it actually help if you were to like jump up and like hit the top half of the car, like hit the windshield or something, and then like try to roll over?
Well,
think so.
it depends because it depends on what like car you're jumping over. Because like if you're jumping over my car, like
yeah, truck, you're not going to be able to. The truck, you're dead. You're a truck.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about that. You're.
Try to go under.
I get honestly like try to like go in between the wheels or something and just get like fucking I don't know, just bombarded by all the shit that's under there. I don't know if you could actually live that either, but like I'm just saying like a normal car, like even like an SUV, like I still feel like trying to jump up or something.
Well, okay, because here's another thing.
Break your legs and then survive.
Well, here's another
Yeah.
thing though.
Yeah.
I feel like the movies show it to where you roll over, but I feel like no matter what,
Roll over.
But at
you're
least
getting hit.
I'm saying at least hit the windshield. Like you just like slam into the windshield and then like roll back like forward or still somehow like even like the more like
Yeah,
I
The
do.
hood
Like,
is like-
yeah, I do think that's.
Yeah, if they're stopping.
well isn't it if you stop like if you get hit directly like if you were to stand and they stop you would fly. But if they kept going, there's a chance that you
Would-
stick to the front. Like,
but then you're probably just dead on impact anyway because of how fast.
so I'm just saying like at the well yeah if you're I don't think getting hit 80 miles per hour no matter what I think you're screwed. Like I just think I wonder if it's smart. Like what's a smart?
Well, I would
thing
just
to
jump
do?
straight over the car.
Okay.
That's not what I meant when I wrote that. I'm like, I knew that's not possible. Like, try to run, jump, and then just run across like over the hood.
Well, no, I feel like no matter what you do, you're either. I feel like you're kind of screwed either way. I feel like there
Well,
probably
yeah,
is
I
some
know
sort
you're
of science that
screwed,
you're
but, like-
supposed to jump or something like that.
That's what I'm just saying. It just looks less painful, so I wonder if it is less
You know,
painful.
I think the best is to maybe try to jump to the side. I know you said you're not getting out of the way.
Yeah, but, like,
maybe maybe you just hit.
Oh, maybe
Hit,
maybe it
like,
like
towards
yeah
the-
hits like your legs and kind of like
Yeah.
spins you.
No, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
obviously the
and
best
then
answer is always to just try to jump out of the way if you can.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you knew, like, I'm getting hit by this car.
Do
Like,
you try? Try to make it.
I don't know if your brain would like actually make that decision. But, like,
True.
I'm wondering like if that's smart. I don't know. I was thinking about that. I thought that was interesting. I was like,
I honestly feel like you could make it over my car.
no, you could not. Oh, your car.
My car, like if you were to just jump
Oh, I was
and like
thinking
try to
your
like
car.
high jump it or something, like I feel like maybe you could get over my car.
You wanna try?
Because my car's kind of low to the
You could
ground.
definitely like make it.
We are all taller than my car.
Oh yeah, no.
We are all taller than my
But
car.
like if the car was
So-
going fast enough, do you think like you can vertically like ever just like stand still and then just?
Oh no.
Some people, I think they could.
Have
Depending on some
you seen the
cars.
Kobe video?
Did he
what?
do that?
Yeah, there's a video where like Kobe jumps over a car. It's edited, but
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
I was like, yo, dude.
I don't know. If
Don't
it's,
ever
like,
tell
for
me
a
he's not the
commercial or
goat.
something. But
I think there's a show that it's like the talent show called The Big Show, or something like that.
What a great name.
And they have to go outside for one of the things, and it's because it's a guy whose entire talent is he jumps over cars that are like coming out of. So they're outside and like in their little arena, and all the judges are watching. They're
So
all
that guy's
covering
just
their
never
eyes.
afraid to like cross the street.
Yeah, no, he freaking plays chicken like every time, no matter what. But he goes and it's one car goes. He has like two cars lined up. He jumps over one and keeps running while the other car comes and just clears them both. Like nothing happened.
God.
The dude's just like a freak athlete, but his whole talent is him jumping over cars.
Dude, I wish I could just be a freak in nature, like the guy that can just run forever. Like I want to be that guy. You know how much like you could just do like a long distance like runs and stuff and just not be like, oh, that was easy, and just like it would be so much easier to just be like,
dunk a basketball. Like that'd just be cool. Like
I know,
I can dunk a basketball. Like
yeah, I know.
Must be
just,
nice, bro.
just not.
Okay, I can barely dunk. It doesn't even count as a dunk.
It's like there's like the dunks that are just like you're able to do it technically, like you're technically.
You
like,
technically- I
dunk.
technically
It's
I can
like,
dunk.
Nobody would cheer.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I don't know, because when you go to a school like ours,
True.
we had a guy who was 7'8" and dunked the ball. Maybe like I only saw him. I went to every game and saw him dunk
there
3
were
times.
There were times where he dunked and it looked like it was like an actual dunk. There was
Yeah.
like the first time he did it was barely.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
I
just
was
saying that like
hyped, but, like,
when you're 7'8", like dude, you should be dunking every time you touch the ball. All right? In high school, come on. So it's like
not 7'8".
Yeah.
God, Brennan,
not
you-
7'8". My bad, 6'8".
I was like,
6'8". I meant 6'8".
When's he going to the NBA?
I thought he was exaggerating.
No, I
I was like, wait a second. I didn't even register it the first time either. I was like, wait, 7'8". I'm
but like still like, and then so like if I would have technically dunked at some point my senior year, I feel like everyone would have had to have cheered
Yeah.
because no one would have seen it.
And didn't count.
It's
yeah,
just somebody
everybody would have
yeah.
looked away.
Everyone would be like, wait, Brennan dunked? What are you talking
barely
about?
do a layup, so.
That's true.
Yeah, you probably missed.
I can't. do it,
Try to dunk
It
in
would
game.
probably, like go down and then.
you would like get the dunk, but then it would just like
Catch it in the net and just throw it back up.
Oh, that's the worst, dude.
Yeah, but no, I feel like no matter what you do, I feel like it's gonna hurt just the same. It's really gonna do the same
I'm
damage.
not dunking. I'm like, oh yeah, the car. That's right. Let's see. I think I don't know what else I had on there. What are we at?
57.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Speaking of how long we've been going, I wrote down I talk too much because after our 8th episode, we got some constructive criticism.
Construction criticism.
And I was like, and they made a good point. I was like, one, I probably repeat myself a lot.
That's the one thing I would say. I feel like you don't talk too much. I feel like you kind of do lead the podcast, which is nice because I feel like we do need someone who talks the most. But it just what you'll do is you'll just repeat a story like 6 times and just be like, oh.
I just forget what I've said. I literally it comes out of my mouth and then I forget.
Yeah, other than that, though, I feel like you talk fine. It's just that when you repeat things, you're just kind of just like, okay, now you're going on a little too long just because you said that already.
Then
kind
there's
of
just
thing.
times and like, we'll be talking about something we've definitely talked about before, and I'll have no idea. So
You forgot completely.
Because I just have no idea. I completely forgot about it. That's all I really had to say about that. I'm sure other people have noticed. I haven't that was the first time I've heard that. I mean, I know I talk a lot, and I know I definitely repeat myself, but no one's ever mentioned it, so I was like, oh, our podcast must be fine. I don't know. Yeah, so if you have any criticism, I'd love to hear it, so I can hopefully. I don't know if you can really fix me the way I talk, but try not to talk about stuff we've already talked about. But leave questions and stuff, because obviously some people don't come prepared with things to talk about.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Brandon, you were the one that's like, odd?
I wasn't.
nothing.
It wasn't me.
It was you.
It was Nick.
It was Nick.
Oh.
Okay, get out of here with that, okay? That wasn't me.
I brought stuff.
Right. It was Nick.
Yeah. Try to throw me under the bus with it.
You guys, that's in the group chat. They look the same. So
That's true. Well, I don't know. Life is just so boring, dude. Like, I don't do anything anymore.
That's the thing about high school is that it sucked massive dick, but it was also interesting.
That's true.
It gave my life some spice.
Now it's just bland.
It's like when I was in college, like physically there, like I'm the only one that goes to my school that I know. Well, I know one other person, but I don't really see them all that often. I probably, if I was smart, I would have like made an effort to like hang out with them more, but I didn't because I'm dumb. But, like I was so bored out of my mind. Like this is the worst. Like at least high school had its highs, it had its lows, but it had its highs.
What were your highs? What the heck? I didn't have any of those.
Drama was the
Just
high,
the
right? That was
First part of the name, high school.
Yeah, that's the only high I had. Freaking, what was I gonna say?
All the
Damn.
kids you walk in the bathroom, there's some highs.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, high school truly was awful a lot, but I mean, it's like it's where I met my best friends. That's where I
Aw, thanks.
my best memories are probably from high school. They're just not a lot. There's a lot of bad
Bad ones kind of out freaking do them there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing that happens in my life now is just, something new will happen in a video game. But yeah, I know. I just need I need movie theaters to open back up. I need bowling alleys to open back up.
Dude, we can watch movies here.
Dude,
Yeah, I know,
bowling
but,
isn't even fun.
Dude, it's better than sitting at home doing nothing.
Bowling is pretty not fun.
You don't like
Laser
bowling?
tag though. Laser tag.
Laser tag's fun.
Laser tag's
Freaking
fun.
sick.
But dude, I love bowling.
Bowling's
Yeah,
cool.
because you like things that suck, right?
I bowling some good.
Bowling is fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at it. I guess that might be what it is. But I don't
Bowling's
know.
cool, you just have to be with the right people.
That might be what it is too.
It's like when people are like, "Oh, it's not about what you're doing; it's about who you're with." I'm like, if it's about who we're with, why don't we just
Sit and do
meet
nothing.
up and do
It's just-
something like else? They're like sit down and talk, or like I think eating with friends is the fun thing because you get to eat and you get to be with your friends, which are like the two best things in the world. So it's like I like going to the movies with friends, but it's like most of the time I want to watch the movie. You know, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want to watch the movie.
I talk during movies all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'll say a thing every once in a while, but like most of my attention is diverted to.
Depending on who I'm with, I won't say anything.
I mean, Brennan
Yeah.
ruined Onward for me because he
What?
is
Oh
so
my-
stupid.
Okay, that was your guys' fault.
That was our fault.
Argued
That was
in
our
the middle
fault.
of the movie.
One of us could have just been like, "Okay, we're done."
Yeah, but I
We
knew
both kept going.
it wasn't.
You guys ruined it for me.
So,
I guess we did. Yeah.
So Onward was the last movie we saw in theaters.
Yeah, it was.
Was it just, I think it was just us three, huh?
No, Zach was there.
I wasn't there.
Oh, then it was just us three.
So Onward is it's like it's the Pixar fantasy movie about the two brothers that go on adventure, or whatever. So
Yeah.
one of the brothers, Barley, has a
cast on.
No,
So
no.
since it's a medieval
Yes.
setting, he has a lot of there's a lot of medieval themed stuff, like clothing and stuff. Like obviously his little jacket isn't medieval. Like he's kind of a mix between a
modern day punk kid
and a fantasy. So the thing on he has a sleeve on his arm. Now it looks like a cast only because it goes up to the middle of his hand and covers his fingers. And then goes to his forearm, which a lot of when you break your hand or you break your forearm, those are the kinds of casts that you wear.
Yeah.
But the only similarities is what it covers. That's it. And then it had this little. It was wrapped. It was wrapped.
wrapped,
Yeah.
and it had the white cloth that came out at the base of the hand.
Yeah, it wasn't gauze. So
No, I know.
Brennan was convinced
it was
that he
wrapped
broke.
like a fighter would wrap his
Yeah.
hand.
But okay. Either way, if it was bandages or something, something that was supposed to reinforce, I forget, like a cast, what a cast is functioning to do.
Yeah, it didn't look.
He
like
would
that at
he
all.
would have.
I thought it did.
addressed. But Brennan's maybe he just broke his hand. I'm no, he didn't break his hand. That would have been addressed.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He's
That
doing
makes
everything
sense.
with his hands. He's
Whereas,
holding stuff.
He's I wonder when they're gonna adjust the cast.
Dude, I'm telling you, for anyone who's watched the movie, it looks like he's wearing a
Well, he
cast.
does everything fine, so I'm pretty sure he does not a cast.
Well, I know that now. Okay, I know it's not a cast.
Because we had to look it up because Brennan literally wouldn't give it up. I can't even remember what the scene was, but
oh yeah,
he was driving. Come on.
Yeah,
I drove with my broken hand.
20.
Okay, but he was grabbing the wheel.
Literally 20 minutes of the movie, I completely missed because I was too busy arguing with Brendan in the middle of the movie theater, borderline yelling at him how stupid he was. Brendan just gets these stupid things in his head that are just either so wrong that you can't drop it. You can't let him believe that that's true. That's just one of those things. It's it's so bad.
We looked it up in the middle of the movie.
In the wiki, it was just
character-
he wears his thing on his arm.
Yeah.
Which definitely it didn't say cast. I can tell you
No,
that.
yeah, it wasn't a cast.
And then Brendan
Brennan,
also.
you literally, after we looked it up, tried to say, that's not saying it's not a cast. You still wouldn't give it up.
I know now though it's not a cast. Well, at that point, yeah, I was just messing with Ethan because it literally said on the thing it was no, it's not a cast.
That's just one of those.
But during the movie, I was convinced. I was convinced.
I would have hated to be near us in that movie.
Which it was a good thing that we're the only people in the theater. So
I hate when people talk
Just
in
the
the
movie theater
theater.
to watch Onward.
True.
we do, dude. Pixar.
First of all, it was a good movie, all right? Pixar makes some baller movies.
Yeah, I'll always go to
Don't
the.
ever slander.
Pixar does make great movies. They made Cars.
That's true.
They made
Cars 2
Cars.
and Cars 3 sucks though.
But
I
all
haven't
three,
seen
all
Cars
three of them
two
are
or
bad.
Cars three.
Don't do it.
All three of them are bad.
Gotcha. Well,
What's wrong with you?
They're just generically they're bad movies.
Why not? This is why you thought the guy had the cast on.
No. Listen. Tell me one thing. Shut up. Okay. Tell me one thing during Cars 1, okay, that made them have to be cars.
it's literally
Is it-
a racing movie.
Yeah. It's
But-
the movie called Cars.
But every single scene in that movie, no matter every single thing in that movie, you could have just replaced it with just
not the
normal
point.
people. I know, but I'm saying
All the
That's not the
car
point.
theme, Brendan, the
Brendan,
whole point is that it's creative. How do you create a
It's a
world
world
where
of
everybody's a
cars.
car?
yeah, I know, but the thing is the thing that makes it not special and I don't care
Why
for
is
as much.
Supposed to be okay. So Brennan, how about
Why is Toy Story's toys?
how about when he? Hey, wait. He wins the race by his tongue. You can't do that when you're in a car.
Okay, that's the one
He
thing.
also jumps over and he's moving his wheels around.
Axles.
He
and crap
freaking he
that.
jumps over a car. That's not gonna happen.
When does he do that?
In the first race.
In the first race. In the first.
Jumps over a
movie.
car.
Yeah, he
First
goes
scene.
through the smoke.
Because the guy screws him over, and then he's trying to catch up.
And he's
then
going through the smoke
"Wah-cha!"
and all the cars
Yeah.
crashing, and then there's a car that's upside down, and he literally uses that
Yeah,
car's
he
axles
jumps.
to
Yeah.
bounce up in the air.
And then he's like, that's the when he they take the picture, and he's like,
And he's
Yeah.
sticking his tongue out. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember that.
See,
Yeah.
you know you remember.
But in Toy Story,
There would have been no connection. You wouldn't have it. It wouldn't have been as meaningful if.
I
there was
agree.
people
No,
in it.
you could have been connected with the guy who drove the car.
No.
no one cares about the guy who drove the car.
But what I'm saying
But
is,
then the cars
in
could
Toy
be
Story,
as animated and cartoony.
in Toy Story is what I'm saying. It's special to the toys because you still have the aspect of the humans being there, and the toys are secretive. And
Nobody
stuff.
cares about the humans. Nobody cares.
That's the point.
Brendan, the themes
No,
of the movie.
that's the
themes of
point, I'm
movie-
saying-
Brendan, the themes of the movie. What makes Toy Story some of the best animated
Okay, I get
films
it. The
ever.
only I think the sorry, go. Sorry, I just went off.
The point is like the themes of the movie go beyond that. It goes
Yeah.
like family, who you're important to, like the meaning of like your purpose in life. Like, is it to please yourself? Is it to please someone else? Like, is
Yeah.
it to live for
So-
someone
so-
else? It's about like that's the theme of Toy Story.
What
And,
what was sadder for you, when he has to give up his toys, or when they're all holding hands and it's the toys?
It's him giving away his toys. That's the right answer. It's
Really?
sad.
That is sad.
It's true. But no. Okay. The thing is that the Toy Story aspect.
Okay, but
in
we're not
Toy
sad
Story-
for him. We're sad for the toys.
But you guys cried
Sure.
when they held hands.
I did.
I didn't. I cried
I
when
did.
he was going to give up his toys.
Oh.
I didn't cry during that
But
part.
the point is, I agree that Toy Story, them being toys is important because it's the way they convey those themes is portrayed perfectly through them being toys and like the
Yeah.
relationship between them and Andy and like wanting to be like Woody's desire to be there for Andy and like it's kind of like his whole thing is like we are
Yeah.
Andy's toys.
But Cars doesn't need that.
Yeah, that's what I'm. No, but I'm saying that that's why the movie isn't special to me.
What?
Because there was, like, if you look at other movies, like Onward, I'll bring up Onward just because we're talking about it. The fact that they're all mythical creatures kind of makes sense because there's magic involved into the. Yes.
No, the whole
Why
point
is
of
the
movie
dad
not-
like?
the whole point of the theme of the movie is why it's about brothers. It's about like the
Yeah.
relationship between brothers. That is the main driving force, and they're just using the inventive concept of what if modern day was just like fantasy? Like what if everything was the same like about our current life, but we had fantasy aspects. I'm like that's just
Yeah.
to show their creativity
Yeah.
and like in their situations and how they
They
convey
could
the
have done
story.
Nemo with anything. Why did they do it with fish?
A father loses his
Yeah.
son and he's
Yeah, why did they do it
scouring
with
the
fish?
whole freaking world.
Tell
just
me
to find
anything
him.
that they could have done that they couldn't have done without with a different animal.
They couldn't.
A
It's
squirrel.
the same thing.
But the thing is finding Nemo.
Okay, was
is
that
the
movie
way,
was that movie meaniful to you?
Very meaningful.
But in a lot of the
Same
ways
thing.
that they conveyed those themes was through them being fish. Like it's like Cars. A lot of its humor is related to them being cars. A lot
Yeah.
of the world building is not that the world is
Yeah.
all that important. Is them being cars, but like they like racing is a good way to convey the themes of like ego and like
And
you know
working
working hard.
together. Yeah, working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
too,
working
'cause
together.
It shows
Like,
that he couldn't do it. Lightning McQueen couldn't do it by himself when he like was like, no, I'm just gonna.
it's not like the like the avenue in which they do those themes is like important to those specific themes because those themes transcend that.
Yeah.
But it's like the reason the movie, like half the reason the movie is good is because they show those themes through an interesting
Yeah.
way. I'm like
Yeah.
working
Creativity.
together isn't an interesting or new concept.
Yeah.
Finding your lost son that you like. Oh, I was kind of a dick to him, but now like I love him because of the separation. And he learns a lot, and
Yeah.
Nemo learns a lot, and can't remember his name learns a lot. And
But
stuff
that's
like
an
that.
interesting thing anyway. If that was just humans and it was.
But that's not a new concept.
Yeah, I know,
like,
but
if
I'm
it was just
saying-
an animated film was like, why not make it live action?
No, I know, but I'm saying that's interesting though. I still feel like the plot of Cars isn't very interesting either though.
Well, that's different, but it's like you're just the point of it. Like, I just the movie's great.
I just don't think so. I don't think so.
don't agree with the notion that it has.
Well,
to
I
be-
just feel like that's one of the reasons I just don't really care for it all
you
that
could
much.
think like, oh, they could have done more with it, but like really, I think they just. I don't know. I like the way that they made everything cars. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Cool.
And a lot of my favorite things about that movie are things the characters say or do.
Yeah.
Not that like when he goes cow tipping. I think it's funny that the way they tip cows is that they're little tractors that just like fall on their back
Yeah.
and like that's like it's just like a neat little thing like how they
Yeah.
translated that into a
Yeah.
Cars world. Like I think that's funny and I think
Yeah.
like it's not as funny as just them like going out and tipping
Or like
a cow.
the guys who like drink oil.
Yeah, exactly.
The best character in that movie is the guy who's always
No,
high.
you can't talk about it. You don't care.
You're not allowed. You're
Yeah,
you're
no.
a car.
No, I just feel like that one thing that I said about them having no point in being cars. I feel like that's just one of the things that I don't like. I just don't think the plot's that interesting compared to other Pixar movies.
A lot of people think it's the lower echelon, so it's not like an unpopular opinion. I just like I grew up with this movie, and like the soundtrack is great.
Yeah.
Okay, the soundtrack is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
That like
I can.
I love the score of the
I
movie.
I see your point for like Cars 2 and Cars 3,
Those movies just.
but
I don't.
Cars 2 is just
first
bad.
one is
Cars 3 is
always
okay.
pretty good. I don't even think I've seen it.
If I haven't seen Cars 2,
The
which
Cars
never
3, I
watched,
like the
watch
plot
it.
of Cars 3 a lot more than the plot of Cars 1.
Oh, why?
Because, so, Doc Hudson in the first movie kind of intrigued me,
And then
like,
Doc
a lot.
Hudson's dead.
Yeah, but he started dead in the third movie, but then
He's
they kind of...
dead?
Wait, what?
Did they kill him on screen, or is he just like
No,
half
because his voice actor dies, right? His voice actor died in real life, I
Oh,
think.
I don't know. They just kind of do like a Lightning McQueen kind of. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, so then they kind of retell Doc's story through Lightning in the third one. It's about him getting too old, and then he's not keeping up with the new supercars, so then he becomes a coach.
Yeah, that's boring. We want to see Lightning McQueen. Right
Yeah,
now,
but
right?
the thing is like the first film had that aspect to it, but it was also about like checking Lightning's ego and like
Yeah.
learning what it means to like win. Like what is a real win? Like winning is more than just getting first place, which is
Yeah.
he learns at the end when he he stops at the finish line. Which as a kid I was like, why doesn't he cross the finish line first and then
Yeah.
turn around? But like it
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
Wouldn't
Like
be the same.
he was, I think, hit like as an adult or as an adult.
That's weird. Oh,
I don't feel comfortable calling myself an adult. As an older, almost adult, I understand. Like I think Lightning wanted to make a statement out of it, kind of like
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. Like I don't deserve to just win because he got wrecked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think he was winning before he got wrecked. I can't
He
remember.
was.
maybe there's if I rewatch it because it's been a while, I'll find a new
A
love
lot of
for
the
it.
humor goes over your head
Yeah.
because
You're
there's a
true.
lot
You're
of
too young.
Understand.
like my
Tomater.
favorite- I think I mentioned this when we talked about Pixar movies before, but like the part where Sally is driving on. Her name is Sally, right?
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking
Driving
about.
away,
This one, I understood
and
this one.
she's
when we
the
were-
Carrera,
Yeah.
and it has like the symbol on the back, or like,
Mhm.
and it's like it's supposed to be a tramp stamp, but like it's a
Yeah.
decal instead, and it's like I didn't know what a tramp stamp was when I was little. I had no idea what the joke was saying, and he's just like it's him looking at her backside, and he's like, oh gosh, like the tattoo back there, and she's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Like it's funny because it's a car.
Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
like you couldn't. Obviously, it's just like. Do you make a premise for a movie just so you can make stupid car puns and stupid car jokes? No, but like, just
You can.
you can. I don't know. I know it's like not a lot of people don't think it's the best movie, but it's so good. It's such a great Pixar movie. Wow, didn't expect to get in a Cars debate.
No.
I still think it's bad. I don't know.
Brennan, you're bad.
I'm not gonna argue with that one. I'll argue for your point on that one. But our Cars is just, I don't know.
You're saying.
I'll have to rewatch it, and then maybe one day I'll put together a list, like number all like 25 of them.
I know, I want to make a tier list and like stuff. It always looks so fun. Put stuff in S tier.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay.
It just seems satisfying.
Yeah,
to put
like-
stuff on a tier list. Come on.
You never want to do that? Just like rank all like all 24 of the Marvel movies. Just put them all, and
I
then
haven't seen all.
Yeah.
makes sense.
I've somehow seen
I'd
all.
rather
What do you
just
mean
watch
makes
the. I don't know. I guess.
No, I'm saying it makes sense that he doesn't want to rank them because he hasn't seen all of them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but on that note, I think
Sounds good to me.
that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Check out our podcast on Spotify,
Everything.
Apple, everything basically.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
If you can listen to some sort of audio somewhere, our podcast. is probably
And then if you want to see our lovely faces, then you can check us out on YouTube, where we have the video podcasts up.
And
Is there anything
highlights
else?
as well, if you don't want to stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's true. And
This is the OG signing off.
yeah, I was like, Brandon.